Hello, my name is A, and I would like to share some of my creepypasta stories with you. I hope you enjoy. Story 1. The Shadow Behind the Mirror. Every morning, I looked into the old ornate mirror in my bedroom. It was a family heirloom, passed down through generations. It had a beautifully carved wooden frame, but the glass itself had begun to show signs of age. The edges were cloudy and cracked, and sometimes it seemed like my reflection was distorted. One morning, I woke up from a restless sleep, feeling uneasy. As I stumbled over to the mirror to get ready for the day, I noticed something unusual in my reflection. My eyes appeared darker, and I could have sworn my reflection smirked at me. I blinked and shook my head, thinking I was still half asleep. As the day went on, I couldn't shake the feeling that something was off. That night, as I lay in bed, I heard a soft whisper. It was barely audible, but it sounded like my name. I bolted upright, my heart racing, but there was no one there. I tried to convince myself it was just my imagination, but I couldn't sleep. The next morning, the mirror seemed even more distorted, and my reflection appeared increasingly sinister. Each day it seemed to change, growing more menacing and twisted. The whispers grew louder, more insistent, until they became impossible to ignore. One night, I finally decided to confront the source of the whispers. I stood in front of the mirror, staring at my grotesque reflection, and demanded to know what it wanted. The room grew cold, and the whispers stopped. The reflection's eyes locked onto mine, and I felt my blood run cold. In a voice that sent shivers down my spine, it said, "I want to be free." Frightened, I tried to ignore the reflection, but it became more aggressive. It would move on its own, mimicking my movements but with exaggerated, grotesque gestures. Objects began to move or disappear, only to reappear in the most unexpected places. At night, I could hear scratching from within the mirror, as if something were trying to claw its way out. Desperate for help, I consulted an occult specialist. She informed me that the mirror was a cursed object, trapping an ancient entity that fed on the fear and negative emotions of its victims. The only way to break the curse was to confront the entity in the mirror. Armed with this knowledge, I faced the mirror one final time. I stared into the eyes of the demonic reflection, and with all my strength I shouted, "I'm not afraid of you!" As the words left my lips, the mirror shattered into 1,000 pieces, releasing a burst of energy that knocked me off my feet. The entity was gone, but the damage it had caused was irreversible. My life had been consumed by fear, and my relationships had crumbled. The mirror may have been destroyed, but its dark legacy would live on.